Hi, I'm Andy Joels. Welcome to VideoCreditScore.com. Today's question is, when should you start to build credit, or what age should you get your first credit card? So first I'm going to talk about the first caveat, which is credit education, in my opinion, should start in grade school. That's when we should be teaching consumers about money and about credit. So that being said, the real principal question here is, can you afford it, or do you spend less than you make? And I've got an asterisk by this, and that's because for students, it's a little different for college students especially. So the trick isn't to figure out that you spend less than you make, because if you calculate your tuition, of course you're actually spending more than you can actually make. But if you get your tuition and financial aid, it may be help from parents, then you want to set a budget around what you actually can make and what you can actually spend as discretionary income. So there are two things that you really want to think about before jumping into the credit game, and one is starting with debit cards. Now, a lot of people say, well, debit cards don't have the same protection that a credit card does, and if somebody cleans out my account, my bank account will be ruined. Well, a lot of banks now have the same type of protection that they have on their debit cards that they've had for credit cards. So credit cards are limited to liability by $50 by federal law, but a lot of banks have applied the same liability towards their debit card accounts. So you'll want to check that out. Second is, you want to think about getting a secured credit card. This is a great way to enter the credit game, which is to get a credit card where you're securing it with $500, say, and then you're actually getting a $500 limit. So you can't really get yourself into too much trouble, and it's a great way to build credit before you jump into other credit cards. If you want to learn more about this or other subjects, come to VideoCreditScore.com. Remember, everyone's situation is different. Be sure to contact a financial advisor or a credit counseling professional before making important financial decisions. This video broadcast is for educational purposes and not a substitute for receiving personalized professional advice.